Hello, thank you for joining. My name is Marcela from CETIS Universidad, Mexico, and I will be presenting this research about understanding how to design support tools for young adults with autism to self-manage stress and anxiety. A person with autism is characterized by impaired social interaction, impaired communication, and stereotyped behaviors. This can lead to the constant presence of abnormal levels of stress and anxiety in their daily activities. Some common stressors are social activities or interactions, novel situations, unpleasant stimuli, and unexpected changes. Constant stress and anxiety can cause a number of physical and psychological discomforts, such as depression, lack of interest in developing social interactions, self-injurious behaviors, and sometimes aggressive behavior. Cognitive behavioral therapy is a traditional technique that helps treat stress, anxiety, and specific social behaviors. Other techniques proven to achieve emotion regulation among individuals with autism are mindfulness exercises and breathing exercises. These strategies are shown to be more effective when implemented with consistency. However, it is common that individuals with autism struggle to detect stress in an early stages and forget to implement such techniques during a stressful situation. Thus, some experts have implemented traditional strategies with the support of technology. Some useful examples of these mentioned techniques implemented with technology approved by individuals with autism are video games. A research aimed to help children with autism lower their stress levels through a video game of a whale with breathing exercises by making them exhale on a sensor embedded in the game control. Clothing. An example of clothing to monitor stress through physiological readings and give sensory stimuli is a jacket that uses air pressure to simulate the feeling of containment provoked by a hug whenever the user is feeling stressed. And an example of wearables is a wig labs that develop a stress detector wristband for individuals with autism to monitor stress levels and predict meltdowns by tracking heart rate, skin temperature, and sweat. As shown, there is research on developing assistive technology for individuals with autism. However, further research is needed to better satisfy the user with autism's needs in real life for stress and anxiety management. As we were interested in having a better understanding on how individuals with autism deal with stress and anxiety and what strategies they have learned in therapy, we interviewed 4 therapists and 2 individuals with autism. The interviews with young adults with autism focused on demographic information, stress and anxiety common scenarios, stress and anxiety management strategies, and design and functionality features they think assistive technology should have to help them manage their anxiety. Using a grounded theory approach, we reviewed and coded field notes and interview transcripts for themes. Then we applied actual coding to determine the high-level themes to then group them in an affinity diagram. From this analysis and multiple team discussions, we found a set of 5 design insights. Following an iterative user-centered design methodology for 2 months, we used a set of 5 design insights to design 5 low-fidelity prototypes and a set of design scenarios that were presented to 3 therapists specialized in autism. We conducted 3 participatory design sessions to discuss our prototypes and receive feedback to then redefine our design insights and select one prototype to further redesign. The 5 design insights we found were 1, include traditional techniques like breathing exercises to manage anxiety. 2, live stress and anxiety management guidance, since stress management techniques should be available in real-time situations. 3, sensory stimuli to manage anxiety. We found out through our interviews that many times individuals with autism carry objects they can fidget with as an effective way to release built-up energy through their senses. 4, made of supported devices and developed with common everyday devices, since worrying about fitting in may cause social anxiety and stress, so common objects won't catch attention from peers. Automatic stress detection. Some individuals with autism realize they are stressed until they've reacted to the specific situation, for example, by sweating, running, yelling, or scratching. That's why it's interesting to support them in early identification of stress. Based on our design insights, the prototype selected to further redesign was SATORI, a support tool that helps young adults with autism during stressful situations by guiding them through breathing exercises to channel their anxiety. SATORI measures stress levels of young adults with autism by detecting heart rate and galvanic skin response. SATORI has 3 interfaces. The first one, a smartwatch, the second, a smartphone, and the third one, an anxiety management ball as a sensory stimulus to drain anxiety. To prevent meltdowns, the smartwatch linked to a smartphone measures heart rate and galvanic skin response to detect stress arousals. When stress is detected, the smartwatch and smartphone notify the user to launch the SATORI app and use the anxiety management ball, which simulates breathing by inflating and deflating automatically, guiding the user to inhale and exhale respectively. After the breathing exercises, the app launches a chatbot to ask the user for feedback. To exemplify how SATORI could be used, the following is Lucy's typical day scenario with SATORI integrated. Lucy is a university student diagnosed with autism that bakes goods to earn some money. One day, as Lucy was about to deliver an order, she saw her client waiting for her with some strangers. She starts to get nervous and then feels her smartwatch and smartphone vibrate. We're detecting potential anxiety arousal. Swipe to activate SATORI, she reads from her smartwatch. She swipes the notification on her smartwatch and grabs her anxiety management ball that's in her pocket. She then feels its movement and matches her breathing to it to calm down. She meets her client and delivers the baked goods. She goes on her way and takes out her phone. The breathing exercises were over and a chat had launched. "How are you feeling, Lucy?" she reads on a message generated by a bot. "Fine," typed Lucy. The chatbot recognizes these words as a successful attempt at Lucy managing her anxiety. Had Lucy typed stress, anxious, sad, angry, or other similar adjective, SATORI would have suggested Lucy to repeat the breathing exercise. Lucy finishes her deliveries using SATORI when needed. We evaluated our design insights through the experience of SATORI's perception of use on 8 young adults with autism through an all-night questionnaire and through a system usability scale questionnaire to assess how useful they thought SATORI would be for them. SATORI received an average score of 87. Results 80.3 or higher qualify as best scores according to the acceptability ranges of the system usability scale. In general, participants perceived a positive impact of SATORI helping them in real-life situations as a reminder and guidance in scenarios of stress and anxiety. This paper presents a novel approach for stress and anxiety self-management for young adults with autism. SATORI combines 3 integrated interfaces that can be used everywhere, independently, and unnoticeably, identifying and notifying users with autism of their stress levels before they become hard to manage. The findings reported here might not be generalizable to the broader individuals with autism. While the findings reported are valid, we believe that our research touches an under-researched area of assistive technologies for people with autism. Future work should focus on implementation of the prototype proposed in this work and its evaluation in specific scenarios and more participants. These are some of the references for the information used in this presentation. I'd like to thank the participants in our institutions who added value to the study with their valuable input, and I'd like to thank you for your time and for joining us for this presentation. We will now have some time to answer your questions. Thank you.